We're in week 12 and our undefeated Buckeyes travel to Happy Valley to take on the 5-4 Nittany Lions of Penn State. Opening kickoff, Jalen Gill at the goal line. He starts up the seam. He makes a cut at the 20. He sheds a tackle and is brought down after a 45-yard return. Buckeyes hit the ground running. JK takes the counter right, bounces off a tackle and gains 6 yards. Then EJ6 drops back and hits Grimes on the curl route. He runs over a defender and is tackled after a 30-yard gain. It would lead to an O.J. Harrison field goal. Penn State takes over. Miles Sanders takes the draw, but gets blown up in the backfield by Shaun Wade. Later in the drive, Johnson drops back, but Dan Eden comes untouched off the edge and gets his second sack on the season. To me, this looks like it should have been a safety. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Buckeyes offense back on the field. Dobbins takes the handoff up the gut for 9. Then Jones drops back and hits Grimes on the slant for a gain of 12. J.K. Dobbins will cap off the drive with this 11-yard power run into the end zone. Buckeyes up 10-0. But here come the Nittany Lions. Johnson drops back and throws a gorgeous ball to Roberts on the sideline for 14. Then Sanders takes the counter left. He bounces off a tackle and picks up 18. Later in the drive, Johnson goes back to the air, this time connected with Kellen Martin for 19. But check out this hit. Johnson tries to keep the option up the middle, but gets jacked up by Brian Neal for a loss of 3. Johnson would make up for it. He takes the option right, avoids the tackle, and walks into the end zone. Penn State gets on the board. Buckeyes next drive, EJ6 hits Gill behind the defense for a gain of 20. Then Dobbins finds a hole on the right, weaves through traffic and picks up 14. Jones goes back to the air, this time connected with Jalen Harris for 17 and another Buckeye first down. Then the run game would take over. Dobbins takes the counter right and picks up 14. And you got to finish what you start. JK gets his second touchdown on the day, 17-7 Ohio State. But Penn State would come out running. Miles Sanders goes up the gut. He avoids Wes May and picks up 19 yards. Then the Lions would set up a screen. Edwards sheds a tackle and picks up another 18 and another Nittany Lion first down. A few plays later, Johnson drops back. He tries to check down, but is picked off by Dallas Gant. Buckeyes take over. Here comes the offense. Jones drops back, and he throws a dart to Jalen Gill for 20. Back to the ground we go. JK goes up the gut again, this time for a gain of 15. Then EJ6 gets the sling in that ball, connecting with Gill again on the sideline for 19. But the turnover bug strikes again. Jones tries to force a pass to Ruckert, but Williams jumps the route and picks it off. He's got some green in front of him, and EJ6 is there to push him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Penn State looks to capitalize. Johnson drops back and hits William White behind the jam for 29 yards. A few plays later, Johnson threads the needle to Roberts in the end zone. Penn State trims the lead down to 3. Ensuing kickoff, Gill 3 yards deep, and he's bringing it out. He starts up the seam on the right, gets a couple of monster blocks and bounces it to the outside, and he's finally pushed out after a 45-yard return. 23 seconds left in the half. Jones hits Jackson across the middle for a huge game. Timeout Ohio State. Then Jones goes back to the air. He hits Gill coming across the middle. He gets out of bounds after a 16-yard gain. After a Penn State sack, Jones drops back and he throws it up in the end zone to Lamar Ray, but Lindsey is there to pick it off. That's EJ6's second interception on the day. But the Buckeyes would go up at the half, 17-14. Start of the third, EJ6 goes back to the air. He hits Ruckert on the outside. The freshman bounces off a couple of defenders. He rolls over a Lion and picks up 10 in the first. A few plays later, Jones goes play action and hits Jalen Harris wide open across the middle. He turns it up and fights into the end zone. Buckeyes extending the lead, but Penn State looks to answer. Johnson drops back and finds Edwards wide open, and he's off to the races. The wideout goes 62 yards to the house. 24-21 Ohio State. Ensuing kickoff, Gill is 7 yards deep and he's bringing it out. He starts up the middle, bounces it left. Watch the cut he makes, and ladies and gentlemen, he is gone. The junior H-back goes 107 yards to the house. Buckeyes extend that lead 31-21. Silver Bullets force a 3 and out. Jones goes back to the air. He connects with Gill across the middle for 14. Then Jones shows off that arm again, this time hitting Ray with a dart for a gain of 25. And J.K. Dobbins would punch it in for the third time on the day. Buckeyes starting to pull away. Silver Bullets force another 3 and out, and EJ6 goes back to the air. He scrambles to the right, and check out this touch pass to Dobbins downfield. He is finally tackled after a gain of 43. Dobbins would finish the drive with his 4th rushing touchdown on the day, 46-21 Ohio State. Next Penn State possession, Johnson drops back and throws it deep, but is picked off by the captain, Wes May. He turns it upfield and is tackled at the 27-yard line. Buckeyes look to put the nail in the coffin. EJ6 drops back. He scrambles left and picks up 13 in the first. Then Jones drops back again. He goes through his progressions. He steps up in the pocket and he takes off. EJ6 gets into the end zone from 8 yards out, and the Buckeyes go on to roll big, 53-28. Emory Jones finished 20 of 27 for 326 yards, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, and he added another touchdown on the ground. J.K. Dobbins continued his dominance, 26 carries for 202 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jalen Harris led the way in the receiving corps, 5 grabs for 72 yards and 1 touchdown. Jalen Gill also had a big day, 5 grabs for 89 yards. On defense, Wes May had 8 tackles and that 1 interception, and the rushman got to Johnson 4 times, led by Chase Young's 2 sacks. On special teams, Jalen Gill is unstoppable. 4 kickoff returns for 220 yards and 1 touchdown. That went for 106 yards to the house. Add another 70 yards on punt returns. In all, he finished with 379 total yards. Next up, we return home to take on the Hoosiers of Indiana. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are brand new. And don't forget to add your boy on Twitter and Instagram at Big C Got Game. Those links are down in the description. And I will have a Dot the I podcast for before the Indiana game. So make sure you guys turn on your notifications and be on the lookout for that, all right? I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great day, fellas. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.